What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another set video, this time covering one of the games that I've honestly thoroughly enjoyed. So, with that being said, let's get into it. We're gonna be Capitalism ahoying merchant style.
Hey people, Seth here. Have you ever watched one of those sad documentaries about the living conditions of sweatshop workers in Thailand and thought to yourself, those poor people, they make products that sell for hundreds, yet they earn a single dollar for their labor. That's terrible. Those workers are clearly overpaid. I pay them half. Then I've got exactly the game for you. Recettear, released in 2007 and translated from Mandarin Chinese in 2010. On the surface, Recettear is a game about the true merchant experience of being a professional shill. As such,
Best
it resonates
merchant
strongly
experience
with my own personal belief and culture. Instead of being a random, adventuring schmuck that risks their own life and limb to put bread on the table, you play as a child that risks their very soul by venturing into the most dangerous, cutthroat, and oppressive arena of all. The arena of business.
The Merchant Guild! Let's fucking go!
However, beneath the surface, Recettear is also a social commentary on whether or not it's ethically acceptable to hold a child financially responsible for her father's debt. Spoiler, in this world, yes, we absolutely can. Now, get to work. Story. The story is very simple.
We don't question it, we just accept
it. He took
a
huge loan from the Rothschilds in order to finance his item shop, without first reading the fine print or the terms and conditions. Realizing that he has no way of making repayment, he does what most absent fathers do. He heads out of town,
he goes to milk
Coke Vanilla, and is never seen
Coke
again.
Vanilla.
Immediately after, a loan shark appears. As you figured out from the title, Tyr is the secondary companion.
Keep that away from me.
And from day one has psychologically engineered Recette into a state of Stockholm.
Is this a well-known game that I missed? I don't think this game is well known at all. No. But I don't think Seth really covers that well-known games for the most part. I said it before. Me and him, we have a very, very similar freaking game list. A lot of the games he covers, I already have and already played. A lot of the ones, like, he was the one that sold me on Amazing Cultivation Simulator. I fucking love that game. They're fairly niche, but they're really cool games. Like, this game, super fun. Very much if you enjoy doing merchanty stuff and min-maxing your profit and making a lot of money, I can recommend it.
Syndrome, thinking that she is somehow friends with her debt repayment supervisor.
I did play the cultivation sim. I want to play it more though.
Person who is entirely ready to throw a child on the street if she doesn't make those deadlines. But don't worry, there's a generous amount of time to settle your debt. An entire calendar month. As such, you have an increasingly high loan to repay each week, or you get evicted and die in poverty. Welcome to Capitalism. Gameplay. Recettear is a high-speed simulation of a capitalist dream or the capitalist nightmare, depending on your personal ability and genetic factors. For each day, you have a finite resource. It's called time, and there's 4 blocks of time in each day. How you spend it is pivotal to your success. Grabbing inventory from a local merchant's guild takes a block. Opening the store for business takes a block. Hiring some schmuck to steal loot from the dungeon takes 2. Also, he might not come back. Everything in Recettear is measured risk and reward. Your only objective is to pay off a damn loan shark, but you can approach that objective in any way you
Oh man, I want to play it
again
again now.
Completely randomized, and you can't predict what happens next on the free market. The invisible hand
just like in real life,
is told to you through news bulletins, which, to paraphrase, sound like this. Valuable material prices have stabilized. Weapon prices are up. Oh, and also, there's a race riot happening in the north. The news in this game is amazing. These bulletins take place every morning, so they can trigger any time and force a rapid change in your sales strategy. Let's say a news report comes in that the local harvest has failed completely. Food prices are up and people are getting desperate. How can we help? Well, we buy the remaining food supplies, put them on display, and sell them back to the people for a reasonable price. Of course, you can't put a price on feeding your family, can you? But
Yeah,
I can.
you can.
260%
You
of the
definitely
base value.
can.
Thank you for your business. You don't have an alternative. Other times, you can have a complete lapse of judgment. Buying a commodity in bulk and selling it in high numbers will crash the market. Prices hit rock bottom, and until they correct, you better have a backup plan, or you're going to be evicted. The act of being a merchant in Recettear
Yep,
is
you
a
can
very
sculpt in this
personalized
game
experience.
too.
You put something on display, you attract a certain kind of clientele. For example, a man haggles much less than a woman. I can easily upmark his purchases to 125% without a single complaint. But the moment I dare charge a housewife 120%, she will immediately haggle me down to 110, despite the fact that women have twice the disposable income to spend compared to men. What did they mean by this? Honey, I had to purchase this Buddha statue for $5,000 because it just fit into the decor of our room. Yes, I know food prices have doubled.
I love
why
this
took
so
your Fredo
much.
bar you were hiding from me under the bed and sold it for $500. Small children are also equally baffling. They go into a bookstore, browse the selection, and then ask me if I have any food. Each successful transaction results in a
Don't you just
tiny
love it when they
drop
do
of
that?
merchant experience. This is worthless. The only way to level up is stringing together as many transactions as physically possible, allowing you to become a truly powerful merchant until you become semi-successful.
Damn, level
and then this bitch shows up.
24.
She'll try to scam you with insane prices, and if you don't take it, she'll break your entire combo. Urea? More like urea, because she's an incarnation of human waste. As your merchant levels increase, your options expand, and the
he's
game
brutal.
gets increasingly more complex. You can customize the appearance of your store to attract different customers.
Yeah,
can
you gotta
expand the
make it
store to hold
nice.
more items on display. You can fuse dungeon items together for less money, but exponentially more time. You can have customers sell you their garbage for garbage prices. You can agree to take advance orders from customers only to forget about it until they come screaming the next day.
Honestly, he's so not wrong, man. He's so not freaking wrong. It's like, oh yeah, I forgot that I took that. Yeah.
You can even automate the whole process by replacing your entire store with vending machines, eliminating unnecessary human contact and streamlining the process of hands
Let's
exchanging
go.
money. Who needs social distancing
Capitalism,
when our employees are
chat.
unpaid,
Capitalism.
unfeeling golems whose only purpose is to serve you watermelon at competitive prices? Now, it is traditionally believed that you can't finish this game by staying in town. Bullshit. I finished the game in 2 days of play, and I didn't even need the dungeon. All I needed was some interior decoration. Turns out the best customer is your own business rival, because holy shit, she buys everything for 150%. Alouette,
Damn.
you are my MVP. For everyone else, you might have to go into the dungeon. My condolences, because the dungeon is not very good. You go inside, kill monsters, and open chests. Very often, they
Dungeon is
don't
not
contain items.
very
They contain
good.
something to fuck you over.
That's
in a
one way to
variety of
describe
different
it.
ways. Each time you get hit, your main character screams. This happens often, so get used to it. Often,
Yeah.
you'll stay in a dungeon until you find something of value to justify.
I like the dungeon a tiny bit, but it feels like waste of time for the merchanty part.
Creatures we know and love, such as vegetable, animal, and of course, tentacle. I fucking hate the dungeon, but it's the only place where ingredients drop, and you need these to make fusion items. Some examples are toothpicks, cotton balls, and bat wings, which can be used to make soup. Honestly, anything you encounter down here is not dangerous. They're benign and completely harmless. Imagine robbing the elderly. You wouldn't call them monsters, would you?
I mean,
They're more like walking loot dispensers. Yeah, just click
Oh
this part of the
my
script. Once you get their business
walking loot dispensers. Oh my fucking god.
card, the adventurers do get better. The dungeon, however, does not. It is the same randomly generated grid, copy-pasted several hundred times. But Seth, there's boss fights. Correct. They take about the same amount of time to kill as vegetables. I implore you, become a better merchant today. If not for the love of money, then from the deep existential fear of having to go through the equivalent of Dante's Inferno and the 9 circles of hell.
Oh my
just to
god,
come
he
back with a
really
fucking
hates
back
it.
scratcher.
He
Recettear
really
is a very
hates
charming
it.
little title, and it's quite different from the rest. I find the act of shilling endlessly to be very relaxing, and
It
I think
is.
you will too.
It's
Even
so
when you finish the main
nice.
story, there's still more content. It's not much, but endless mode lets you experience everything you missed without time constraints. There's a lot of little side stories. Yes, they are wholesome and endearing. But I'm just here for the money. Also, don't stay on the main menu or your ears are going to bleed. If you're a masochist, you can play the Dante Must Die difficulty mode, Survival Hell, where the debt never truly ends. It only keeps increasing until you're financially crushed.
Holy
and
moly!
also all your progress is gone. Good luck. I give Recettear a 10 out of 10 years ago, back when this game was still relevant. I still play it sometimes to relive my ancestry, so I thoroughly recommend it. Unfortunately,
yeah, I should play it
the
again,
game never
honestly.
goes on sale. Correction, the game is currently on sale, and 50 bucks for something
off,
older than the average pyrocynical subscriber is unreasonable. Thus, I strongly encourage you to use a VPN and buy the game in Argentinian pesos.
Oh my god!
To about $3. Also, I'm proud to announce that I'll be streaming on DLive for the next month. How? Why? Because the Trump of cryptocurrency has bought out the platform, and he made
honestly, the game itself was a lot of fun just for number go up and like management
Saturday at the following times. Come and hang out. It'll be fun.
I really enjoyed playing Recettear when I played it. It was like, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like haggling, but better, because you're always you usually always end up on top. So if you like management games where you just have like various events happening where you have to like reprice your items and you have to like upsell items to people and do that, it's really enjoyable. So I can confirm it's a good review. He did a good job at reviewing this. Alright, YouTube, that was it for this video. Thank you for hanging out with us, and if you enjoyed, please consider liking the video, leaving a comment, and maybe even subscribing. Who knows? I shall see you again. Bye.